Hello you all, Temple Terrace here. I am going to have this short video released to social media, but it's going to be connected to a much longer video, and I will tell you how to get your hands on that in comments or description or posted with the video, depending on where you're watching this from. All right, with that said, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Temple Terrace. Temple Terrace is a small town girl who always had the fantasy in my head of trying to save the world somehow. I had that in me from a very young age. I've been writing from a very young age. I started writing short stories at the age of 9. Really enjoyed it. It was something I was really good at, and it makes you feel better. You can, as when you're reading, you can go anywhere. My daddy used to always tell me that if you can read, you can go anywhere. Well, if you can write, you can create where to go. So it helps a lot. Like I said, those short stories, they were fantasy, they were fiction, they were this and that. And I did start out with children's books to kind of share a little bit of that magical quality, if you will, of just life being pure and simple and things just being a little bit easier. You know, children's worlds, children's minds, they are so untainted, so full of imagination. There's room for growth. They can be whatever they want to be, and no one should take that away from them. Don't let them lose their imagination. As a matter of fact, foster that imagination. Help them harness and keep that. That is what is going to make a better adult. On their worst days, when they're struggling, when they're having problems, they can go back to that imagination. They can go back to that help, that hope. They can fix things inside themselves and be stronger people and actually be leaders instead of followers if you don't take away that imagination. Imagination is very important. A feeling of confidence is very important. A sense of faith, I believe, is very important. And faith is what will get you through no matter what. When things in life do come along, and you're no longer that innocent child. You've had things happen. You're a little bit more jaded on up into adulthood, where we have a sense of, things are behind us. We already have baggage. We have a carry-on. Some of us have a suitcase in the back and everything else. But that's okay. That is all part of life. Life is a journey. All those bags are necessary, but they have to be dealt with along the way, which will eventually lead me in this extended video to my work in progress. But for right now, I'm going to end this video and just encourage you to watch the longer extended video. But thank you for listening to me. Thank you for getting to know a little bit more about me. Still a small town girl, still trying to save the world. Not much has changed. Thank you for all of your love, support. I appreciate you daily. God bless you today and always. Hello you all, Temple Terrace here. This is my part 2, if you would, of the extension of the video that you may have previously watched, letting you into just a little bit of Temple Terrace's life. Okay, so if you watched the first part of this somewhere else, you may or may not have watched it again. But the point here is, Temple Terrace, as a young girl, wanted to save the world. Still trying today. Still haven't gave up faith and hope in that. I've been through a lot in my life. I can relate to a lot of people. I have had things done to me. I've done things to others. We're at my stage in the game, we've all done things or had things done to us. Now, I have had some pretty extensive things done to me, and I have finally learned to look at those things in a different way. Some of these things will be spoken about in written form in the work in progress that I currently have going for Mom Movement. That up and coming book, #Mom Movement, has a set release date for March the 14th of 2023. It is already available for pre-order. In the beginning, the pre-orders are only going to be $2.99 a copy for the ebook. It will go up in price after the promotional deal of that. Anyway, but with that said, you may be experiencing things in your life that I can actually relate to on a level that people do not talk about. I will leave some pictures of some links for if you need help for these things. I will leave them in somewhere in this video or even throughout the video, but there are so many things that people experience and go through on the daily. We don't know. You never know what's going on in someone else's house. I will leave things like this to be available. This is the National Domestic Violence Hotline for the United States. This is Suicide Crisis Lifeline for the United States. I also have the National Sexual Assault Hotline. I will leave these numbers to be more readily available for you besides that little excerpt that you just seen of me just holding it up. Anyway, but you know, I've been through some things. I'm not going to go into detail on those things on this video. Those things will be spelled out in the book. And as it comes closer to book release date, not just pre-order, I will let you know a little bit more about the book so that you can get the feel of what I'm doing. But I do have that work in progress. I'm doing very well with it. I'm coming along daily. I have 7 chapters already. This is the typed out version of my work in progress, #Mom Movement. What got us to Mom Movement, as you can see, I'm sporting the Grammy shirt. Not only did I have a preemie, but then my preemie turned around and had 2 twins at the same time, obviously, that were significantly premature and had to stay in NICU. This is what brought me to thinking about NICU, people's stories in NICU, the things that people go through in NICU, the things families go through in NICU, the things the babies go through in NICU. There's a lot that goes on in NICU, and we can all sympathize with those people, but until you've been there, it is an unforgettable experience. You can't convey it to someone else. But for those who have been there and need a little boost or a little help or understanding, I encourage you to join Mom Movement. I will leave all those links in comment description with this video somehow, depending on where you're looking at it on social media. Just to know that you have a support system, just to know that there are people out there that do understand. So many things go on. It is, it can be trying and anxious at best, up to tragic. And I feel for everyone out there. The reason I wrote the book, Nick and You, a story about NICU, main character Pat, is because Pat is the sibling of a child that was born into NICU and had to stay. And this is coming from the siblings' perspective, not the parents, not the baby that was being born in NICU, not the grandparents, no one but the sibling, because I don't think that we think about that. And when mom is pregnant and mom and dad are having to deal with a NICU situation, that small child, that other small child that you may have while you're in NICU, they are feeling some type of way. They are missing their parents. They don't know what's going on. This is just to help with that. Nick and You is available in all 3 forms at Barnes & Noble and ebook form at KDP Amazon. Thank you so much for following this video this far, and you're just appreciated. And I will continue into the next part of this video shortly. Hello you all, Temple Terrace here. If you've been following along this video series, this is actually the 3rd part of said series. Now we're getting down to the parts of a tree named 𝙃𝙚𝙡𝙡. I had started Temple Terrace Books YouTube channel on March the 1st. I was trying to get some information out there. I was trying to let people know a little bit about 𝐷𝐸, a story about 𝐷𝐸. I was working very closely with Chase Parker at Excel Publishing in Chicago and trying to get these things in the works to get to KDP, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all these things, get press releases done, etc., etc. And when I was establishing my social media platform, I came in contact with Bongo. And Bongo is one of the co-founders of International Children's Care Ministry of Uganda. We started talking on the daily. We actually became like family. We did video chats. We've, talked and shared with the orphans at the said ministry. And it was even before 𝐷𝐸 was released. It was at the very, very end where things were going wild and, Chase was needing this and that so we could get things finished and published and through with 𝐷𝐸. And, but I felt something on my heart. I didn't have my own way per se to help these orphans in the way that I wish I could. I wanted to help as much as possible, so I set up a GoFundMe page. That GoFundMe page was quite successful. It helped those children receive water, food, rent money, etc., while Bongo was without a job. He has since received another job. He had lost his job over a COVID-19 thing, which I'm sure can all understand and sympathize with. He is back in business now, and yes, they do have their ups and downs, but we all do. But during the process of meeting and falling in love with Bongo and those children, I wrote the book, A Tree Named 𝙃𝐴. This is a tree named 𝙃𝐴 in paperback form. It can be found at Lulu Bookstore online only. It's a beautiful book. It was made very well. The illustrations and art were done by a very dear friend of mine, Leighton Williams. He did an amazing job. And the ebook is just absolutely beautiful. It is, as you can see, little pieces from this paperback. It is all of this come to life in ebook form. The ebook form is available at KDP, Amazon, paperback, so you can have, hold, tangible. Lulu Bookstore online. Those links will be left in comments description somewhere with this video as you're watching it on whatever platform you're watching it on. But that's a little bit of the history behind A Tree Named 𝙃𝐴, where it came from, why it was inspired in the first place, and forever standing. 30% of the sales, paperback or ebook form, Lulu Bookstore or Amazon, will go to International Children's Care Ministry of Uganda to help them in some way. There's always a need. And if you can't buy a book, can't give it any other way, please pray. That is the greatest thing that you can do for anyone on this planet. Please pray. International Children's Care Ministry of Uganda appreciates you. I appreciate you. A Tree Named 𝙃𝐴. Thank you so much. If you've been following this video so far, this is part 4 of the extended video series to tell you all about how Temple Terrace came to be and a little bit about each book. Mommy, I Got You a Flower, available at lulu.com. Daddy, It's Time to Go Fishing, available at lulu.com. Those are both ebooks. They have a very special pricing, and those are amazing books that I wrote for both my mom and my dad for Mother's and Father's Day. Continuation of part 4. My parents are the most amazing people that I've ever known in my entire life. They have helped make me who I am. They have fostered strength, love, faith, ability, independence, and just about anything that makes me me, that came from them. And I appreciate them on a level that even they will never understand, even though I go through depths trying to let them know. They're amazing and wonderful people. They are respected in the community. They both try to help others on the daily, even if that is by various posts and posting that they do on the daily, just to try to be a witness, to help in some way get the message out there that God loves you, so do they. Most non-judgmental people on earth that would help anyone, anytime, any place. I'm very proud of my parents, and I'm proud to be my parents' child. The books that I wrote about them, Mommy, I Got You a Flower, and Daddy, It's Time to Go Fishing, are very, very, very important to me. They're near and dear to me. I generated those books in time to be purchased for Mother's Day and Father's Day of 2022. So it could be in honor of my parents. Not only do you get to reap the benefits, of something cool to read to your kids, and it's beautiful. They're beautiful books, beautiful little illustrations, cute little pictures, awesome wording, just good books. But it was really for my parents. So that's what makes me happy. That's what gives me joy, is to give back to them some. And my parents also helped me parent, and then they helped me grandparent. We're all in different phases in life, and the ones that are there before us because they've lived it. And it's cool to be able to relate to my parents on different levels now, because I'm actually finally getting to experience what they've experienced. Now, granted, it might be 20 years behind, but they know what I'm talking about at any given time that I'm talking about it. They know what it's like to have adult children. They know what it's like to have grandkids. They know what it's like to have preemies in the NICU. They know what it's like to have a sick grandchild that you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where they're going to have to be transported from this hospital to the next. They know because they've been there, because they did it with me. They know. And that is a beautiful thing. It's kind of like Jesus. He's been there through things, so he knows, and he can be there for us. But anyway, all of this living, laughing, loving, and growing eventually turned into the mom movement. I got on all different kinds of social media with Temple Terrace that I had not been on, to kind of establish a platform to reach out there, to encourage people with videos, to let people know that I was there, to let people know that I am trying to do something. I'm trying to be there for you. And when things kind of turned into the next, where it's not just authorship and trying to be an inspirational, motivational speaker, I am now going into and growing and fostering with Haley E. the mom movement. And the mom movement is a goal and an idea where not only are we, which we are already doing, going to be there to support, help, understand, love, and fight alongside, give strength to other moms, but it is also going to be a coaching career for both Haley E. and myself. We are going to be here for you on a different level. We're going to be here for you on a personal level. We're not to the point of coaching individuals yet. Right now, as with establishing a social media platform for Temple Terrace, we are establishing a social media platform for the mom movement. But it will always be available in the forms that it is on social media, to be there to support, get that weekly video, answer questions if you need them, talk about topics that you have, regardless of how far it goes in time with coaching. We will be there for you. Thank you so much for all of you who have supported up and coming mom movement. Please share with your friends, invite other people, get anyone you can involved. There's no cost, there's no responsibility. It's just moms trying to be there for other moms. We hope to see you there. Thank you so much. Hello, you all. If you've been following thus far, you will know that this is part 5 of an extended video series about how Temple Terrace Books came to be, what inspired the mom movement, and so much more. Okay, Temple Terrace and Haley E. plan to take the mom movement to the next level. I also plan to continue to make wonderful children's books available at great pricing, either at KDP Amazon, Lulu, or Barnes & Noble. These books are available in various forms on those various sites, and all of this information will be connected to this video. What is available is Nick and You, a story about NICU that was inspired by my grandsons and their very early entry into the world and NICU stay. A tree named 𝙃𝙚 that was inspired by and always 30% of the proceeds will go to International Children's Care Ministry of Uganda. We've become family with those people. They're wonderful. Those orphans over there are so grateful for everything and anything that they receive. If you are unable to give by book, whatever in a financial aspect, please don't forget to pray for them on the daily. That is what anyone needs more than anything. We have went through Daddy, It's Time to Go Fishing, Mommy, I Got Your Flower. These are books that were inspired by and written for my parents for Mother's and Father's Day of 2022. Temple Terrace Books is on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, in various forms. It'll say different things, a different way for the handle, like Terrace_Temple or Temple Terrace Books, whatever. I will have that information connected to this video in some way as well, so that if you want to follow and just see some of the inspirational videos, just glean something from what I'm trying to give, I will make that information available so that you can do so. If you would like to send me your email address so that you can have more personal connection, I would appreciate that. And I will leave my email address, my professional email address, templeterrace@templeterracebooks.com, is available to you. It is for business purposes only. This is not for meeting anyone, doing anything. I have friends, I have family. I'm doing great. Business purposes only, but I will be more than happy to be there for you or for anyone who needs me at any time. Mom Movement, up and coming. Mom Movement, the book, work in progress. It is already available for pre-order sale, KDP Amazon, only $2.99 a copy for now. It won't always be that way. The predicted date of publishing is March the 14th of next year. Get your hands on a pre-order copy of that ebook. It's going to be good. It's going to be hard. It's going to be interesting. And I will tell you, as aforementioned, more along the way about how that book actually works. It's going to be a different book. It's a different book. It'll be different from any book you've ever read before because of the way that I'm setting it up. And I did it on purpose for reasons that you will understand once explained. But you got to keep waiting for that. Anyway, join Temple Terrace Books, anywhere on social media. Join the mom movement today to help support other moms and let us support you. Thank you all for everything. Have a blessed and beautiful day. Keep the faith. Keep reading. Read to your kids. God bless you all. God is good. Thanks.